Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Link again, and I'm going to do a quick state of the collection, see where I am with my knife collection, what's changed, what's gone, and I guess let's just go right into it. So, first one, as always, is my beater knife. So this is the Ontario Rat Model 1 in AUS 8. Still banged up, still late lockup, but still an absolute keeper in the collection, and as you can see, it's really dirty with my fingerprints, so I apologize about that. But that's always out of the case, that's always in my junk drawer, but always within an arm's reach, so that's gonna stick with me. Really what I consider the knife that started it all for me is the Benchmade Model 42. They discontinue these, which is a damn shame, and as you can tell with mine has seen a lot of flipping, a lot of use. Even I used to carry this, and wow, there's a lot of fingerprints on here, so I apologize about that again. This is the titanium version. I know versions before this was stainless steel with the cool spring latch mechanism, which can lock the blade when it's open and lock it when it's closed, and all you need is a little squeeze and it pops right open. So super nifty little trick that they did there, and makes it so flipping's a lot easier. So I gotta get back into flipping. Haven't done it in a while. I used to do it a lot, but never did anything like aerials or anything like that. But you know, kind of twirls and flicks and passes, those type of little things I used to do. And I apologize about all these knives. These are a mess, but you know, that's kind of how I roll. I don't pretty anything up for the show. Just tape it and I go. So the next knife is my I call this my jacket knife, or usually my watch pocket knife. I'll usually put this in my jacket along with a pen and a flashlight. So obviously this is Victorinox, and my cat is crying right now. I don't know why. Well, you know what this is, so let's move on. What are you crying about? Okay, sorry about that, guys. So in my knife box, as you can't tell, my top row up here is my small knives, so let's just go to the first section. So I still have my Techno, Spyderco Techno, and the only thing I updated with this is I gave it some new blue screws. I think that looks great to go along with the G10 backspacer. I just love this knife. This is a beast of a knife. It's surprisingly really hefty, super thick, but since it comes down such a thin edge, it's actually a really great slicer. So that's kind of why I've kept it. It's just been a tank of a knife. Super good lockup, super strong, super reliable, and just really enough fun to carry. The only thing I do not like about this is this pocket clip wiggle is a little annoying. So there's talks about a Techno 2 coming out, so hopefully we'll see that soon. I'll definitely get one, and if it's anything like his custom, then yeah, that's an easy no-brainer purchase. I can't resist Marcin Sleece design. And then this is my old school Strider PT with a recurve. This came from the factory like that. I didn't modify that at all. This is a bead blasted blade, bead blasted handle. And this is the old school pivot, so it's a little easier to take down. Yeah, this is actually, of all the Striders I have, this is the only one I've kept. Mainly because it's the best one. I mean, the lockup's excellent. It's rock solid. There's no blade plate whatsoever. And I'm a sucker for a good recurve, so. Small knife, but super useful, so. These two are definitely not going to leave the collection. They're definite keepers. Also in my small knife collection, up here on the top right, we have these guys. So I actually ended up getting rid of my Insingo. This was the small Insingo over there, but I kept my little baby Goddard. Is that how you say it? Wayne Goddard? Is that nice? I'm the worst at pronouncing names, but. And the burgundy micarta, as you can see, mine's a little dinged up, but this gets a lot of use because this is again is a super useful knife. Super thin. I love the little serrated edge you get at the meat of the belly. And it's again super small, and it just fits so nicely in your watch pocket. This has been kind of my replacement for traditionals. If I don't feel like carrying traditional, you know, want something a little more fun, I go with this guy. And my sentimental knife is this one over here. This is my wedding knife. So this is this was actually a grail of mine for a while. This is a small micarta Sebenza 21, and it is just so smooth. And I do carry it, as you can see. There's a couple carry marks, but I honestly, guys, I really do baby this one because obviously this is kind of one of my nicer, kind of gentlemanly knives, and I love. This usually seats my my pocket when I go to a wedding or any type of special occasion because it's just super class. I mean, that is all class right there. Very nice. I love the micarta. I think it just gives it a little extra girth in your hand. So if you're gonna go Sebenza and you're gonna go something a bit more classier, like a small Sebenza, I actually do recommend getting these inlays, especially the micarta. It ages so well. That's not the right color of it. I'm looking at my viewfinder. That is not how it looks at all. But once I get better lighting, this is the best I can do. Okay. So only 4 knives there. If you guys are starting to notice a trend, I hope you are. And I'll put that off to the side. That's not going to work. This guy used to have some knives, but there's only one in here now. This is actually my wife's knife. What is this? The Slip It? This is... I actually forgot what this is called. No, the Squeak. Sorry, the Squeak. And the N69 OCO steel. My only Italian knife. But this is my wife's knife. As you can see, she loves pink, and it's actually a pretty damn good knife. I've actually sharpened this myself, and I've got it hair-splittingly sharp. But she doesn't carry it. Hopefully that'll change one of these days. So right now it sits in my drawer. I actually do carry it, probably more than she does. It's a great knife. My cat just hit my camera stand. What is your deal, dude? Chill out. Oh, on the wrist today was my Stoba. Love this watch. Obviously one of my favorites, and that's a keeper. That's for another video. And my traditionals. So this is the Buck 55 is still with me. This was a limited edition from Buck, so this is actually numbered, and this is super fingerprinty, and probably, so this is 119 out of 1,000. Mirror polish, my only mirror polished knife in my collection. Lock back, love that knife. This was also, whoa, this was also my pocket during my wedding. My other traditional is the 77 GEC, which is developing a beautiful patina. And as per usual, this doesn't come up on camera. Again, this is the angle that kind of shows some color. A lot of blues in this, a lot of reds, oranges. And this has been actually this has been probably one of, to be perfectly honest, recently this has been my most carried knife. It's very scratched up, as you can see, but I just love this knife. I love the handle. I love this little cap on it. It just fits the hand so well. And I just love this kind of spear-pointed swedge. Super useful, very like a scalpel, super thin. So if you're cutting the skin off an apple, if you're cutting a box, this is really like one of my favorite knives to go for, and it just fits perfectly in your pocket. Super classy. I just love the colors that come off it. It just reminds me of like a sunburst Fender guitar, and just its finishing. I mean, this really made me love traditionals. As you notice, there's one missing here, but again, I'll get to that later. Had to re-get this, so this is the first rebuy, I guess, in my collection. So I sold this originally. This is the GEC 77, or 71, sorry, Bullnose. Mine had a super heavy patina, yeah, 71. Mine had a super heavy patina. Ended up selling it. I don't know why. I regretted it for a while, and then as soon as I did a second run of these, I got these over at collectorknives.net, I believe it is. Yeah, it's everything as I remember it. Just a nice kind of thick, hard pull traditional. I love that proud pivot. It's got like such quirks about it, but it is definitely a workhorse of a traditional, but I love the lines on this, so haven't really used it as much lately, but that'll change probably in the summer. Oof, love that snap. That'll change in the summertime. And then, honestly, I haven't carried this one either. This is the Northwoods Fremont jacket. So again, this is another rebuy. I actually sold this as well, but another run came out of this in the summer, around end of August, I believe it was. So I had to get that black camel bone. Look at this. Just, I love how everyone's unique, how yours is going to look different from mine, and they've done camel bone, but definitely slightly varied, and I just love it. I love how Northwoods finishes this Fremont jack. It is so cool. I love a Warncliffe. A little lighter. I feel like this one is lighter this time around for that run than the original run that I had. But, you know, hey, what can you do, right? What do I categorize these? These are some... Ugh, I'm just going to throw everything off to the side. These are my mid-size flippers. That's some jean material on there. I don't know what that is. Well, let's start with this one anyway. What is that? This is a Spyderco Nirvana that has some gunk on it. I don't know what that is. I'll try to rub it off for you guys. I apologize. This is more of a full-size Spyderco. As you guys have seen from my other videos, this is definitely a keeper of mine. A lot of people have complained about this knife, and you know, I was on my video, I said like, I'm probably the only one who liked this video on YouTube, but I was definitely wrong. There's people who out there who like it. I apologize. I feel like I was seeing a lot of the negative reviews about this, and I was seeing a lot of people who were just selling this knife or complaining about it. But guys, if you get a chance, and if you're a big fan of Mr. Rosenti, and in CP S90V, you can't go wrong. It's a beefy knife. It is bead blasted, so you do have to be careful of it. A lot of people have complained about rusting, and you know, I've been a little lucky. I've been taking care of this, so I haven't had any issues. Besides that weird blue mark, which I have no idea how that got there, but it looks to be gone. Integral frame lock, so this feels like an absolute rock when you have it in hand, and when you close it, when you open it. So that's a keeper. I love that design too. It just reminds me of something like a Spider-Man, like, you know, webbing. Another, I guess, kind of a rebuy, but you know, I had to go back to it, was the Liang Ma. This is the Warrior 2, and as soon as I saw the blade, I knew I had to have that hand ground blade. But when I saw that they did the carbon fiber, I knew I had to get it. I mean, look at that carbon fiber. Certain angles, it just explodes on you, which it is right now. I mean, look at that. That's a work of art. And Liang Ma is, you know, I'm a huge fan of Liang Ma design. I love his aesthetic. His design just really communicates to me, and I just love his knives. And that's my cat again. What a deal is. And of course, guys, you know, this is my favorite knife. Even though it may not be my most carried knife because it's so big, it is still one of my favorites. It's the action on it. I'm a huge fan of mechanics and action on knives, and this is just, to me, this is as good as it gets. And actually, when I got this knife, I knew that I was gonna hang up the, what's the term? Throw in the towel. Sorry, not hang up the towel. I was gonna throw in the towel and kind of be done with collecting. So as you guys can see, with my diminishing collection, I have slowed down a lot. It's not a sad thing. It's just when you just realize what you like and that you don't like bad knife cases that don't close properly. Where's my other Hinderer? Oh, there it is. It was carried. So this was carried today. So this is my favorite Hinderer. One of my best flippers. So my version is the spear point with carbon fiber, smooth carbon fiber scale from the factory, bronze hardware all around, and a copper coy filler tab, which has a nice patina, which doesn't ever focus because I need a new camera. Well, I think that's the best you're gonna get it, guys. I apologize again. As you guys know, I'm a huge Hinderer fan, but the number right now is 3. I'm down to 3 of these. There is inside word that they're making a recurve production, so there may be 4 in here, but as of right now, I did sell some absolute beauties. Kind of upset about that. This has been one of my workhorses. This is the 3-inch Sponto. Again, same jade. I didn't really do anything with this. I like to keep it plain Jane jade. And then my very first Hinderer. This is an absolute keeper. This I would never get rid of. This is the 3-inch Warncliffe that I somehow miraculously scored when these were going for like double the price on the secondary market. I just happened to be on their website, saw it as a special 3-inch Warncliffe, and I just jumped on it. I remember just typing like a madman at work, and I scored it. And this knife has just held up so well. Ew, what was that? Tape. Ew, it is really tapey. But it is it's just so ridiculously smooth. It just really made me really appreciate Hinderer's design. Just everything, all of his thought that goes into knife making and his angle, and I was just so impressed by it. At the time, I had the Chris Reeve, obviously. I had Stryders, had some ZTs, Spydercos, but for me, this just blew it out of the park. Hit it out of the park. Blew it out of the water, I guess is the right term. I can't talk today, I apologize. Yeah, as soon as I saw this is just such quality. It was so beefy, so thick, yet so refined, and just so nicely finished. So I've been a fan ever since, and I hope to get, like I said, I hope to one day have a Hinderer custom in there. If they do a production Hinderer, I'm gonna have to check it out, because I feel like I've had almost every grind, and what better person to get one than me? But yeah, guys, that's my collection. As you can see, I've definitely downgraded a lot. I've sold knives I thought I would never sell, mainly to fund a grail, not a knife grail, but another grail that I may get into another video. Yeah, like I said, guys, so this knife ruined me. Like, after I got this knife, this has been a knife that I've been eyeing for such a long time. It kind of set me straight and said, all right, you don't really need any more knives, dude. And even though I do have some ideas about what I want to get next, but yeah, guys, I've been downsizing my collection. Been very happy with the knives I have now, and maybe I'll show in the next video. I'll show you what I ended up purchasing. What I ended up selling these knives to help fund a grail. So stay tuned, guys. Again, thank all of you for tuning in. Thank all my subscribers and all the people who comment and like the video. I definitely appreciate all the support, guys. All right, take care.